Your Psychic Astrocast by YILDIZ Readings 5D, your psychic medium, soul coach, and intuitive astrologer online. Do you want it all in one place? Are you tired of getting less and really wanting more? Are you ready for a better ride? The First Wives Club says it best: don't get mad, get everything. If you're ready for your guidance from point A to point B in love, career, wellness, and more, join our Psychic Astrocast with YILDIZ Readings 5D. Let's get your life roadworthy and ready for success. Get it all with psychic updates, intuitive astrology, soul coaching, and more. Information is power. Welcome to our Psychic Astrocast online with YILDIZ Readings 5D. Yes, we are going to dive into the what, why, where, when, and how, and have a look at what's coming up this month to best navigate it. We'll first look back at last month to make some sense and context of it, and then into the must-know transits for the month. Yes, we have all areas covered. You can stream forward and stream back to the area of concern, and please feel free to visit us online at yildizreadings.com for your VIP edition. These are covered bi-monthly, and yes, as I mentioned, in the future, these may become a weekly edition. Now, those of you that are keen to really understand what went down last month to help you best navigate moving forward, especially if you were really up in your head to do with a particular area in your life, I'm going to help you make some context of that. Separately, we're then going to get straight into the updates for the big boy transits for the month of July 2022. If you do wish to, you can stream forward into the section that you find is most interesting or important to you at this point in time. Without further ado, let's take a look down memory lane. Now, yes, we did have quite a heavy transit last month, and especially due to the fact we were having a double Mercury retrograde. Even though it did go direct by the 3rd, shadow direct, it was a double Mercury retrograde. And during Mercury retrogrades, as we all know, they can be quite tedious. This one, being a double whammy, did cause a lot of conflict. We may have seen in the collective, in our working environment, lack of staff, extra burdens with their schedules, stress levels, and conflict mentally and physically. We had a full moon on the 14th in Sagittarius. Now, yes, this again did take us back to the past, all the way back to the eclipse season in 2021. So if you can remember back, very much linking to when we had a Venus retrograde, we did have an eclipse in Sagittarius. So psychically, I was picking this would feel a little bit like an eclipse, and it was because it was ending that cycle. So if you can think back to 2021 and situations that you personally were dealing with, you were closing that cycle. Now, Neptune also was gearing up, ready to go retrograde by the 28th of July. This did come very close to that new moon in Cancer, which are the themes that we will be moving into the month of July 2022 with. The other thing I can say is, due to the fact we are so close at the end of the month moving into July with that, those are themes that will continue into the month of July 2022. This can be a time where things become very transparent, very realistic. Initially, we may experience it and feel a little bit disillusioned, unsafe, and projectile. So, forewarned, forearmed. Now, the must-know for July 2022, as mentioned previously, is the recovery of Neptune retrograde. During that cycle, in the area of Pisces, you will be quality assuring and taking a very realistic approach. Retrogrades don't have to be negative. They're a time of introspection and adjustment. This month, we have a full moon in Capricorn and a new moon in Leo. We also have Juno, the asteroid of marriage, moving retrograde, which can, at a collective level, cause triggers within relationships, be it you're single or couple. Those blasts from the past, like Venus retrograde, can occur. I'm hosting a webinar on the 12th if you want that added support. Moreover, this does retrograde on the 24th of July. Deep healing, we do have Aries in Chiron moving retrograde on the 19th of July. This also can be a time where we can reflect, we can heal, and we can gain extra courage to deal with any of those emotional challenges. Jupiter also by the 19th will move retrograde. When it does come to expansion, transformation, and jumping in the deep end, we may feel that we're going backwards. Now, this doesn't have to be a negative thing. This can be a time within our charts and within our lives where we are reflecting and quality assuring those actions and steps forward for 2024. Welcome back, Capricorn. Let's have a look at those of you who are single. Now, I can see this can be a really huge healing portal for you. You also can have a lot of suitors that will come towards you. Now, yes, later on during the month, we have the marriage asteroid moving retrograde, and it does also impact singles. This can be a time of blast from the past, repairing those broken fences. And I also see within your love life already with the previous moon that bounced off last month, at the end in the house of Cancer, this does link to your relationship sector. Now, yes, at a spiritual level, you can be changing a lot of things and coming to terms with things pretty much from 2020. You've had some pretty tough transits. I am seeing this next 2 weeks is looking that it can be quite passionate. You're going to want a lot more. You're going to want to dive in the deep end. You're going to require that. Those of you that are feeling that everything is a little bit tedious, there's a method to your madness. I do feel some of you are getting ready to really get physical and get fit, and I feel some of you are feeling like it's time to get those Emperor's new clothes. The second week, I see opportunities to meet people at the gym, meet through socialization, and you might get a little bit loose next week. That can be in the drinking sense, so stay tuned for that one and be careful to clear your crown chakra. As we move into the full moon, we will have a first house placement for you. And this is the theme where you can feel you're transforming and be questioning your needs. Now, Mars entering into the house of Taurus is hitting your 5th house. And this can make you a little bit of a night owl. You may be up at night thinking about things. You really want something that is going to go the distance. You're trying to restructure your life so you've got room for romance, room for creativity, room for being able to have a nurturing connection. Like I said, that goes the distance. Now, if people are not respecting your boundaries, you may mask them. So you have a big threshold for patience. But the one thing I can see is there's a potential you may put your foot down. This especially can be with people from the past or children and family. Now, yes, although we did have the new moon in Cancer, for those of you that are couple, if you had been on the rocks, this can be a testing few weeks, including month. Later in the month, we are having Juno moving retrograde. And this really, for singles and couples and love collectively, can cause a little bit of a ruckus. Now, nothing ever happens to us. It comes where we can review these things, similar to a Venus retrograde, and repair if possible. If not, and we've known something has been rotten and stagnant, and we haven't let something go, this can be when it does become quite conflicted. So only you can know what your direct experience is and decipher between how that's going to play out. Now, I do see some stress in the first 2 weeks. I do see a lot of social endeavours, hopes and dreams, aspirations kind of under review. And by the time we do reach the full moon on the 13th of July 2022, you could feel that you have a little bit of a change of heart. So keep me posted how it goes, and we'll check in again in volume 2. Yes, I do cover the twin flame path online at YILDIZreadings.com. If you do want a VIP subscription or a freebie, come through and take a look. On to your next sector, career. Now, some of you may have changed positions. Others, you can be pouring your energy into this. And this can be a chapter in which you are transforming. Some of you could get some pay rises. I do see some intensity in the first 2 weeks here, especially as we do move towards the second part of the month. There can be, again, big changes. Now, this can be a time where you're quality assuring, pouring energy in, pulling things together and trying to make them work. So it's going to pull a lot of energy upon you. You will have more vitality with Mars in the House of Aries pretty much until the 5th. you still can really pour it into, especially home-based businesses, which I do cover the business side of things online in the VIP membership. Mars enters Taurus on the 5th. You're really going to be looking at your creativity and what you can do in the career sector and your finances to actually go the distance. You could have some frustrations. And again, if, changes didn't happen and you knew that maybe you needed to do a bit of a shift and you didn't, it can come up in the first 2 weeks. So pay attention to that. But otherwise, I do see quite beneficial transits for you in the house of your career, especially moving into the second week where wealth creation can occur. Okay, the one thing I can say for your wellness is that I do feel some of you are looking to get fit. Some of you are looking to transform your health and wellness in the month of July 2022. Now, we are going into Jupiter retrograde later in the month, so just be super cautious, especially with the Mars placements. You could be a little bit overzealous. Now, I do feel emotional eating is a potential only because we have Mars transiting the 5th house. And I feel, if you're looking at things, it could be late night eating. It might be looking at your wellness. And maybe you've been burning that midnight oil trying to get things done and you haven't been able to pay attention to your health. There could be something that you're needing to tie up. And that can be a potential. We do dive deeper into it. We're going to jump into your psychic update and I will see you in volume 2. Okay, for the pocket group of you, I'm getting this very unique message, and the one thing I can see is you might have said something to somebody and you've actually advised them. This is a very unique kind of vision I'm having. You've advised them something that you predicted is going to come true. And look, this could be with your kids, this could be with a love interest and they chose not to listen to you. I feel whatever this is, it's almost like I see this kind of eyebrow rise up. And you're looking at these individuals like, I did tell you so. I do feel there's a little bit of frustration. I feel it's nothing major, but it's an I told you so moment. So feel free to share how that plays out for you in the month of July. Psychic energy does not care about a 2-week factor. I've tuned in astrologically and psychically. These premonitions and the ones I do give are fluid. They can come at any time they choose to. But this is one thing. This could have been something that already has played out, to be perfectly honest. Now, I also feel you have a surprise up your sleeve. If you have been quite bogged down, I do feel you're going to be making time for the right people at the right place. And you will do your utmost to give them your all, but you will expect the same. If somebody's rubbing you the right way, I just feel you're going to give them a cold shoulder. Take care, beautifuls. Thanks for joining our Psychic Astrocast online with YILDIZ Readings 5D. If you haven't downloaded the app, please do so. Yes, you can actually get your posts on the go. Bookings, webinars, updates, notifications, and more. We also provide YouTube notifications if you didn't know. Yes, we will see you for each edition online with YILDIZ Readings, potentially more to come. Have a blessed month.